Hey Diva, I'm Christine Horn, your Visionary Life Coach, and welcome to this week's video. This week I want to talk about how to handle idea overload. Can you relate? You know, sometimes I have so many ideas in my head, I don't know what to start with first. I'm a very multi-passionate person, as you might be too. And I've been talking to a lot of people lately, and some of the things that come up when I'm coaching is, Christine, I just have a zillion ideas. I know they're great. I just get so many ideas. I don't know where to start, and then I just don't do anything. Does that sound familiar? Well, if that is familiar to you, I want to give you 3 tips on how to handle idea overload. First thing is to log them into your Genius Journal. What is a Genius Journal? Basically, you know, as someone who grew up and is still very multi-passionate, I have a ton of ideas, like I said. And a lot of times growing up, I heard, pick one thing, or you can't do all that, or girl, you know, you need to just settle down and do something. And it makes you start to think that, wow, is something wrong with me that I have so many ideas that just keep popping in my head? You know, my husband always says my brain is like a Windows computer, like just boop, 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 boop. You know, like all these windows popping up in my brain. And what I want you to do is to start to celebrate all those ideas and log them into what I like to call your Genius Journal. Now, here's an example of mine. You can see it has all kinds of squiggly lines on it. I got it from Barnes & Noble. And you want a book that has no lines, because there shouldn't be any lines in your book. No one tells you which way to write. If you want to write to the right there, do it on the bottom. I don't care where you do it. I don't care what page you do it on. The purpose of writing it in a special book dedicated to this, all this book is for me is for my ideas. Nothing else. This isn't a regular journal where I write my feelings or what I had to eat. This is just for ideas. And putting them in a special book, and I keep it on a special counter in my office, it reminds me that my ideas are special. My ideas deserve to be celebrated. But more than that, it helps you to not forget them. It helps you to not forget them. And also, I think a lot of times we carry stress and anxiety about trying to remember so many things. Like, oh, that's a great idea, I gotta write that down. Oh, I gotta remember to do that. I remember that, that would be great. But if you have a special book, your Genius Journal, because all those ideas you have are part of your genius. Don't forget that. When you put them in a sacred space, you honor the ideas, and it also lets your brain know, hey, I'm coming back to that. So that way you don't have to say, I have to get this done, or because I had 5 ideas this month, you know, something's wrong with me if I don't get them all done at once. Once they're here, you know they're safe, and you can come back to them whenever you feel like it. Okay? So this is your Genius Journal. So go find one that, you know, resonates with you. But for me, the design on mine, it's so many squiggly lines and things going on, and sometimes I feel that's what's happening in my brain. So I think it's a good fit. All right, tip number 2 is to go for instant gratification. Now, I know we are told not to do that in adult life, right? But this is very important, because what I mean by that is, I want you to think about all the ideas going on in your head, now that you put them in your Genius Journal, and look at them and think about which one could be accomplished the fastest. Now, this may not be the end goal, but it could be just one of many. The reason I say do that is because you get to celebrate accomplishing something. So instead of having a bunch of open-ended projects, if you get to finish one, you can say, wow, I did that. I finished that project. Go me, go me. I like, that's my dance. I'll let you borrow it. So that's important. Get that instant gratification, because when you start to feel like, oh, I can accomplish something if I try, I can do this, you're going to want to keep doing more and more and more. My third and final tip for you today on how to handle idea overload is to use my idea method. Identify dream energy activities. You want to spend your time doing things that you enjoy. You want to spend your time working toward a goal and a dream that really excites you. So when you look at your list, when you look in your Genius Journal, think about which one of those on the list would excite you the most. That's where your dream energy comes in. That's where you want to spend the most time. So when you identify dream energy activities, you're going to be more prone to get up out the bed, get up off the couch, really make that dream come true. Okay? So those are my 3 tips. I hope that helps, because it's okay to have a billion ideas. We need them. We need you, and we need the gift that you have. All right? So I will see you next week. Oh, before I go, if you have not downloaded my free follow-through formula masterclass, click the link below or above, depending on where you're watching this video. It's absolutely free, and if you have problems finishing what you start and you need a little extra push and some extra tips, I want you to download it and let me know what you think. Until next week, stay beautiful and stay fabulous. Peace. Have you become a master of procrastination? Are you wondering, where did your follow through go? Like I used to have follow through. Don't know where it is. Do you feel like you have more ideas than time? Have you gotten to a place where you don't even trust yourself to start a new project because you have so many other unfinished ones? Hi, I am visionary life coach Christine Horn, and if this sounds like you at all, I want to invite you to my next free live webinar, Master the Art of Achieving Any Goal in 90 Days. That's right. In this webinar, I will walk you through 5 simple, proven strategies on how you can finally say farewell to procrastination and fear and say hello to living your ideal life and finishing everything that you start every single time. Look, life is short, life is sweet, and you should live a life with purpose where you are getting things done, where you are achieving your dreams and your goals so that you have a life of no regrets. If this sounds like you, join me for this next webinar, Master the Art of Achieving Any Goal in 90 days. Click the link below, or it might even be above, and I will see you on the inside.